Yo, this is for you. I am my number one fan. For you, this is for you. I am my number one fan. For you, yo, this is for you. I am my number one fan. For you, I am my number one fan. I'm trying to get you from here to there. I'm trying to show niggas it ain't fair. How I just came up, but you not there. Stuck in the same situation you been in. They got the plug, you got the sound. You not just a groupie that's hanging around. They got the stage, but you bring the lights. It's enough room at the top, we ain't gotta fight. I am my number one fan. I am that legend you stand for. When the crowd disperse, we'll see what you stand for.
What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all?
What's going on, people? How's everybody in the neighborhood?
Yo, it's your favorite neighbors.
It is. It's us. He's Reese.
And that's Arnold.
Hey, how was y'all week?
I hope it was delicious.
Delicious?
Delectable.
Yeah, we can work with that.
I'm just saying that because, all month, it's been my birthday. So my birthday was April 12th. So I've been eating pretty well this month.
I know. I've been seeing you. Not that I be peeking because I'm your neighbor, but I have been seeing your trash and your recycling bin. You have some different stuff in it that you don't usually have in there.
Right. So
it's understandable. It's your birthday. Go ahead, treat yourself.
Yeah. So and plus the weather is breaking.
Yeah. The weather is breaking real nice. So happy about that. So now I got to cut the grass every other week.
Right.
But I mean, that's all a part about having your own property and taking care of things because that shows, as my wife puts it, that I'm grown up.
And not just that, we don't want to pay the fines.
No, exactly.
Of not cutting our grass.
Yeah.
So there's multiple levels of motivation.
Yes, it is. But mainly it's my wife.
So just as we're talking about relationships, because we've been bombarded with this type of topic.
Yeah. We have. I have a lot of DMs and people are asking our opinion and what do we take. Right. What is our take on relationships and marriage life and just different parts of different aspects of relationship?
Right.
So this is what we're going to get into today. This is going to be our topic. Our topic is going to be on relationships and the different types of relationships.
Okay.
So first of all, a lot of people don't know or understand what the definition of relationship is. So most people just think that one relationship is just you being married, which that is a relationship. But when you hear the word relationship, you automatically think about somebody dating or somebody being married.
Right.
But a relationship can come in many forms. You can have a relationship with your boss. You can have a relationship with your friends, your homies. You can have relationships with your coworkers. You can have relationships with people that you really don't know, but you come in contact with them every day.
You can't.
And like in my case, like I drive truck and I deliver.
Your dog.
Yeah, you can't.
You got, people got relationships with their animals.
Yeah,
their pets.
That's true.
Fish.
Yeah. Like I was saying, like I have a relationship with the customers that I deliver to. So we develop this type of bond, and eventually it's a friendship, but it's not the type of friendship that you may have with. So it's like me and Reese have as neighbors,
right?
So, they say that the definition. Well, I'm gonna look up the definition for you real quick and let you know. It says that a relationship, it is a noun, which we know that is, and it is the way in which two or more concepts, objects, or people are connected, or the state of being connected.
Okay.
You understand? So that's definitely marriage.
Right.
And that's just about anything that, that you come in contact with that you plan on being around for a long time.
Okay.
So, I think the main relationship that everybody would like to, what we're getting in our DM is about the marriage relationship and the love relationship within a marriage.
Right. So, for those who don't know, marriage comes from the Middle language, which was first seen in 2050 to 1300. So, if y'all didn't know that, that's where marriage really started from, about in the 1200s. The main goal of marriage earlier on was to act as an alliance between families. So, do you feel like you have an alliance with your in-laws?
Me personally, yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice. I do too.
It's just my mother-in-law right now, but yeah, I do.
Oh, okay, nice.
And well, it's not just her. It's my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law.
Okay.
My sister-in-law's husband. And like, I don't call them sister-in-law and brother. That's my sister and my brother,
Oh, your brother-in-law was the one that had spoken so eloquently at the men's.
Yes.
Right,
that was
right.
him. Yes.
Nice. Yep.
So we take on these relationships when we marry other people,
Right.
Because they have family members. So
Yes.
now it's up to you to choose to accept the relationships and make the relationships great, or if you don't want to make a good relationship, then you don't have to.
Right. So I think one of the keys of a great marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've been married come September, I'll be married for 19 years.
Well, that's good.
So, I really do believe that communication, trust are two main factors.
I believe that also. Yeah.
Now, I will say faith in a higher being and things like that, but that works for us, but I know it doesn't work for everyone else.
Correct.
And I do believe that there's a part of that is a contract where, as far as just moving forward in life, where you have life insurance, that's a contract. Do you take life insurance out on your spouse?
Yeah, of course.
So basically, I need to let her know that you're going to kill her one day.
No.
Okay.
That's not going to happen.
Right.
The vows are till death do us part naturally.
Yeah, so you're naturally going to kill her. But no, seriously though, I do believe that it's a contract, and you have to be at a point. You have to get to a point where you are truly committed to what's going on, and to make sure that the relationship itself lasts. You can fall into some pitfalls where you lose track, because life overall will help you lose track.
Of course.
Financial situations,
right.
Housing situations, job situations, kids. Sometimes you can lose yourself within the marriage, whether it's together or separately.
Yeah, but what do you do about that when you run into this type of obstacle? Because those of us that are married, those of us that have been in love, when you first fell in love with the person that you fell in love with, that you fell in love with this person, that no matter what happens, you guys are going to face it and go against the world with it. No matter what, you're going to be there for each other. But just like you said, sometimes there are obstacles,
right,
that one or the other, or even both of y'all cannot handle together, and you start to blame each other. So what do you do about that? How do you handle those type of situations?
So that's where I was saying about communication, and I know sometimes communication can get blurry. Whether it's someone in a relationship, either both persons talk a lot, they don't talk at all, or one talks more than the other. And sometimes you have to find that, whatever that balance is. One of the things that wifey and I do, we role play.
Oh.
So in that...
Tell us more.
So not way some people might take it a little kinky behind.
Mm-hmm.
But what we do is we go back to the beginning.
Right.
If you think about it, hopefully y'all were friends first.
Right.
So I request to speak to my best friend.
That's very interesting. So what if you weren't friends? What if you were, as some people say, quote unquote, it was love at first sight, and then they just went straight from the love at first sight straight to the preacher and got married?
Well, see, that part I can't speak upon, because, like I said, we were friends first, and then so we go back to that point of where we would talk and just say, hey, you know what? Let me talk to you real quick about my wife. So that way I'm not talking to someone outside of the relationship that can ultimately take that information and run with it,
right,
and destroy kind of what I have.
Right.
Because if I'm going to mess it up, let me mess it up by myself.
Right.
You get what I mean?
I understand that. So when you're saying that when you talk to someone outside of a relationship, so it's not good to talk to somebody that's a gossiper. Sure, it's not good to tell certain things about what's going on in your relationship, because people may use it as ammunition to break you guys up.
Right.
So what do you feel about therapy?
So with therapy, and I've been there, like, again, just personally, just been some issues, throughout the whole time. I mean, together for 19 years, and I've been, and not just with the marriage, but even my own personal stuff with career and things like that.
Right.
So, I did go to therapy for a little while, and to be honest, I felt like the gentleman was not helping me out.
Mm-hmm.
He was sitting there listening to me, and I was like, okay, nothing for me to do, huh?
So basically, he was just taking your money to hear you talk.
Right. I mean, he did tell me that that I need to probably sit down in a chair for about a good 15 to 20 minutes a day with nothing on. And I will tell you, at one point in time, that was helping.
Right.
I have not done that in a while, but that did, it allowed me to calm down and allowed me to refocus and recenter. Cause I said, well, what about reading? He said, no, I just want you to sit down and relax, rest your mind. And then I was like, well, is he going to put me on Ritalin or something? Like, it's like that. If you listen to Cat Williams when he talked about his son go foo 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 running back and forth or whatever, and then when he had the Ritalin, it made him just plop right down in space. That's what I felt like that he was preparing me for. So I believe that for me, therapy, it was okay. I mean, he made me reconsider some things.
Yeah.
I can't say it was a total waste. It just did not help me to a certain extent that I had envisioned.
Okay.
But for others, it may work. It may be the perfect thing for them.
Yeah, you never know, because, like we said, communication is the key. Like with me and my wife, we talk. Years ago, we didn't talk. We were young. We were teenage lovers. Mm-hmm. We've been married going on 22 years, but we've been together, and we've been in each other's lives for the last 35. So, damn, you said that like that was something bad, but
no, it's almost,
okay.
As long as I've been alive. Y'all were together when y'all was like 7 years old, huh?
No. I mean, well, I'm in my 50s. My wife is in her late 40s. But it's a process,
right?
It's you ever see old married couples when they be together 60, 50, 45 years, and you be like, damn, how could they do this? How could they go through this?
Right.
It's the process that you go through, the things that you learn. You have to have your ups, you have to have your downs, because everything is a learning process.
Right.
Regardless of what you do in life, how you do it in life, all of it is a learning process.
Right.
What the important thing is how you react to it and how you use what you learned. Mm-hmm. So, like for me personally, I had to do a lot of soul searching for myself.
Okay.
Because early on, I wasn't a good husband. I wasn't a good boyfriend. I was young. I didn't know.
Right.
I didn't understand about how to be in a good relationship, to understand what a relationship was. So gradually I had to learn that over time.
Right.
And fortunately, even though it took a long time, fortunately that my wife stayed there with me.
Okay.
And we both went through this together. So communication is always the key. And they say that love plays a big part in it. Yeah, love does play a good part in it, but you can still love somebody and don't want to be with them. So communication definitely is the key. Excuse me. Mm-hmm. So like I say, with me personally, I didn't do therapy for relationships or couple therapy or anything like that. Mm-hmm. I found out what my problem was. My problem was me. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that everybody's problem is them. It's just that you need to find out what the problem is. And the only way you're going to find out what the problem is to either do some soul searching within yourself, some soul searching within your mate, or soul searching together.
Right.
So that you guys can come to some type of arrangement or agreement that this is what the issue is, and let's now work on the issue. Yeah. So once I got myself together, and you guys know my story. Once I stop being an idiot, stop being a fool, stop being a drug addict, stop being a womanizer, and put structure in my life, and like I really had to allow my life to be turned over to something other than myself. You understand? So once I did that and I allowed that, I started seeing the picture a lot clearer. So everything started putting together. Like, how hard the Rubik's Cube is? Yeah. But once you figure out one side, you can figure out the next side.
Hopefully.
Yeah, and then so on and so on. The same way with 1,000 pieces.